talking about feeding a senior or an older dog. And the first question people always ask is, at what age is my dog considered a senior dog? So my answer to that question is kind of depends entirely on the breed and if there's any inherent problems with that breed. For example, I typically put a English Bulldog right on a senior formula after they're a year to 18 months old and they're fully grown, whereas some smaller dogs acting like half their age at 9 or 10, they never go on a senior formula. Let me explain what the difference is in a senior formula, and then you can make the best judgment whether that's a good fit for your particular dog and at what age. So first of all, people are always very offended when I recommend getting a senior blend of food. Your dog can't read the bag, they're not offended, they don't know. Most people, I will tell you, come in and they purchase strictly dry dog food for their pet. So a senior blend of dog food is going to be the way to go because a senior blend is typically going to have a little bit more fiber. It's going to be a little bit gentler, hopefully have leaner, less caloric proteins. And then one of the things you want to look for is a senior formula that has some of these excellent supplements. One of them is glycosamine, which a lot of you are familiar with. I know vets frequently offer this as a supplement for joints. The other one is chondroitin, and there's a third one that's called L-carnitine. This is a metabolism booster. Those three can do a lot to slow down the aging process and help with mobility. So those are three things that you want to look for on the label under the guaranteed analysis. A lot of bags advertise for probiotics, which are awesome, but just remember that most the probiotic is going to be pretty much worthless. One of the reasons I'm such a big fan of Nulo is they're one of the only dog foods that has a probiotic. It's called Bacillus BC30 for short. It's what's in those god-awful kombucha drinks, but that probiotic actually survives the baking, shelf life, digestion, and as you can see on the analysis, it delivers a minimum of 80 million living active bacteria in the gut. So that can be really helpful. The only indicator of your pet's health is their overall energy level and disposition, but also their eating and potty habits. So if you notice any change in those, you want to definitely get them into the vet and have them looked at. Don't waste time and mess around. And the next thing that I am really guilty of is I always, working with a lot of compromised pets and a lot of older pets, I always switch things way too fast. If you're not getting a nice firm poop, you're doing things way too fast. I recommend 10% or less of any new food and one new thing at a time. And once you know their little tummy can handle that, you're good to go. For those people that are insistent on a dry food, look for a senior formula that has those extra supplements. Really look at the bag. Make sure the first one or two ingredients is a lean animal, fish, or poultry protein. You don't want a bag of corn, pea starch, potatoes. A lot of those carbs just cause inflammation and convert to sugar, and that's going to be harder and harder on your dog's system. So the sourcing and the nutrition in the bag is of the utmost importance. There might well come a day when an older dog just won't eat. That dried bag of kibble is not cutting it, and it could be because of some dental problems, it could be upset stomach, it could be ear pain, a lot of reasons. And also as pets age, they can lose their sense of smell and get a metallic-y taste in their mouth just like a human. What I think is important is start incorporating wet and dehydrated and fresh foods. They're a lot less processed, they have a much higher moisture content, and they're just an overall much easier and gentler for your dog to digest, and usually they're a lot more palatable. I really like the Nulo. This is a canned turkey. It's a single protein, so there's only turkey. There's not turkey, chicken, a bunch of things. Turkey, for some reason, doesn't have the allergens that chicken or beef does, and it's very low in fat. So if they ever say give your pet chicken and rice, I would give them turkey and sweet potato, which is a really tasty, it's a gentle, natural vegetable that's loaded with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and it's not just a sugar carb that doesn't digest and goes right through. So this can be a good one to add a little spoonful to the kibble. The other thing I like, this is another company, it's sold exclusively at PetSmart. It's called Only Natural Pet. It's a little company out of Colorado. Again, humanely, sustainably farmed. And they have a turkey and sweet potato. Now this is a dehydrated raw. So if you have a pet that does have pancreatitis or is very sensitive, you might want to microwave this or start with some canned food before you slowly transition to this, just to be safe. But the way this works is they have little trial bags. They're this size. They ziplock at the top, and you measure out. If you're doing a topper, you could do like 2 or 3 tablespoons, and then you're going to add, you double the water. 1, 2, 3, and then so then you stir it up, and in about 15 minutes, it makes a consistency that's like Thanksgiving stuffing. Or you can put this soupy mixture over the kibble, and pets usually just go nuts for this stuff. The other thing you can do is you can microwave it, and that'll have a really nice smell and usually make the kibble more palatable. What I like about these is if you're traveling, or they're good to have in your home for an emergency because they ziplock, they're really light, and you just need water and you've got yourself a meal as opposed to carrying the cans. But I have a selection of both. So those are some great options. And again, one little thing at a time. Start with just adding a little bit of a kibble topper and maybe try to work your way over to a lot fresher, higher moisture, canned, dehydrated, or raw food as your pet gets older. And check my other blogs and my YouTube videos for certain specifics on each thing, such as coconut oil, kefir, and a few things you can add to a senior pet's diet that we don't have time for today. But thank you for watching, and hugs and kisses.